Before the first star ignited, before the first breath shattered silence, before even the concept of before, there was a stillness so complete, so devastatingly total, that it makes the modern human mind flinch. Not emptiness, not darkness, stillness. Ancient Sanskrit texts call it Mahakala, the great beyond time. Not a god who exists within time, not a deity bound by centuries and epochs, but the consciousness that contains time itself. The force that was present before the universe was born and will remain after the last star goes cold and silent. Philosophers, physicists, mystics. Across 5,000 years of recorded human thought, no single concept in any religious or spiritual tradition has attempted and succeeded in capturing something so impossibly vast as this one. The idea that the universe is not managed by a king on a throne, but danced into existence and danced into oblivion by a being who sits, immovable, in the ash of everything that has ever burned. His name carries the weight of mountains, Shiva. And this is his story. To look at Shiva is to stare directly at the architecture of the cosmos. Every mark on his body, every object in his hands, every coil of ash on his skin, none of it is decoration. None of it is metaphor for the sake of poetry. Each element is a philosophical statement encoded in flesh and divinity, a scripture written not in words, but in being. Let us read it, slowly, because to rush through the body of Shiva is to miss the entire point. The third eye. Most people have heard of it. Few understand what it truly represents in the context of Shiva. The third eye, Trinetra, is not simply a weapon, though it is certainly a weapon. When opened, it unleashes a fire so total, so absolute, that it consumed Kamadeva, the god of desire, in an instant, reduced him to ash before he could draw a second breath. But the eye is closed for a reason. It represents the perception beyond duality, the vision that sees not the surface of things, not the illusion of separation between self and cosmos, but the singular, terrifying truth beneath it. That all of this, the cities, the empires, the loves and wars and desperate achievements of human civilization, is Leela, divine play. A dream being dreamed by something so vast, the dreaming itself creates realities. When the third eye opens, the dream ends. The crescent moon, Chandrakala. Perched in his matted hair like a discarded jewel, the crescent moon carries a meaning both beautiful and terrible. In Hindu cosmology, the moon governs time. The waxing and waning of its phases mark the passage of days, the cycle of months, the rhythm of human existence. Every birth, every marriage, every death, calibrated against the moon's face. But Shiva does not wear the moon as an ornament. He wears it as a conquered thing. The crescent, not the full moon, specifically represents time in its most dangerous state, partial, incomplete. The moon is dying on his head, and he is indifferent. He is Mahakala, beyond even the entity that governs time. The moon is not his master, it is his trophy. There is also this. Soma, the moon deity, suffered a curse. His light was fading, and he would have perished entirely. Shiva gave him refuge in his own hair. and the dying moon found sanctuary in the locks of the one being who exists outside the jurisdiction of death. The poison in his throat. Halahala. When gods and demons churned the cosmic ocean for immortal nectar, they unleashed a primordial poison so lethal its vapor began to annihilate existence. Gods screamed, demons fled. Even Vishnu, the preserver, had no answer for it. Only Shiva faced the unfaceable. He cupped the poison and brought it to his lips, driven by a compassion larger than his self-preservation. He swallowed it and stopped it in his throat. Parvati, his consort, gripped his throat in that moment, trapping the poison there, where it would neither destroy him nor corrupt the world. His throat turned the color of midnight. Nilakantha, the blue-throated one. The highest consciousness does not run from the poison of the world. It takes the catastrophe inside itself, holds it, and refuses to let it destroy what is innocent. This is the theology of a God who is present in the wound. The ash, vibhuti. Sacred ash smeared across his body like a second skin. In a world obsessed with gold and silk, the Lord of all creation chose to adorn himself in the remains of what has been burned. Why? Because Shiva is trying to tell you something your civilization desperately tries to ignore. Everything burns. Every empire, every body, every attachment, it all ends in ash. The ash of a king is identical to the ash of a beggar. It is liberation. There is a silence before a storm that is unlike any other. It is held breath. The universe goes completely still because it knows what is about to happen. The Tandava, the cosmic dance of Shiva. When his consort Sati walked into the sacred fire and burned herself alive to defend his honor, Shiva felt it as a cosmic wound. He erupted from meditation, took her body in his arms, and danced. The Rudra Tandava. Mountains cracked apart, rivers reversed, and the sky split down the middle like broken glass. Brahma and Vishnu trembled on their thrones, because the destroyer was not destroying something else. He was grieving. And the grief of an infinite being is cosmically catastrophic. For eons, Shiva danced with Sati's dead body, refusing to stop, until the cosmos was on the brink of annihilation. It was Vishnu who eventually intervened, using his divine disc, the Sudarshana chakra, to slowly, respectfully dismember Sati's body as Shiva carried it, piece by piece, until he danced in empty arms and had no choice but to stop. Each piece fell to earth, creating the Shakti Pithas, sacred sites of feminine divine power. But the Tandava is not only grief. In his celebrated Nataraja form, Shiva dances within a ring of fire. One foot is planted on the back of a dwarf demon, the embodiment of ignorance. One foot is raised in perfect, infinite grace. 4 hands. One holds the Damaru drum, whose double beat is the rhythm of creation. Dum, dum, dum. One hand holds the fire of destruction. One hand is raised to say, "Fear not." And one hand points downward to the foot that tramples ignorance. He dances on ignorance. He dances surrounded by fire. And he says, "Do not be afraid." This is the paradox at the heart of Shiva's nature. Destruction is not the opposite of grace. They are the same gesture, seen from 2 sides. The universe destroys so that something new can live, and the god, the cremation grounds, Shmashana. While other gods reside in golden palaces, Shiva makes his home in the places where bodies are burned. To the human mind, this seems terrifying, but philosophically, it is the ultimate destination of truth. The cremation ground is the place where all illusions die. It is the place where your social status, your bank accounts, your pride, and your anxieties are revealed to be absolutely meaningless. Shiva sits there because he is the master of what is left when everything false is stripped away. He is the Lord of the essential self. When you look at Shiva sitting in the ash of the dead, he is not celebrating death. He is celebrating the absolute freedom that comes when you stop pretending. The ultimate illusion, Maya. Human civilization is built on the concept of permanence. We build walls, we sign contracts, we chase legacies, all to convince ourselves that we will last. This is Maya, the cosmic illusion of stability. Shiva is the force that shatters Maya, not out of malice, but out of absolute liberation. Because until you understand that everything is temporary, you cannot be truly free. You will always be a prisoner to your fear of losing things. Shiva stands at the end of all things, waiting for the universe to realize that destruction is simply creation resetting itself. Before the first star ignited, there was stillness, and when the last star goes cold, that same stillness will return. The destroyer is not your enemy. He is the silence between the notes of a song. He is the canvas upon which the universe is painted. And when the dance finally stops, only the stillness remains. Who presides over that destruction dances, because it is not tragedy, it is rhythm.